Hello everyone. I'm going to create a little bit video to explain what we are going to do on the next lesson. So hopefully you are watching this video before next lesson on next week. In this video, I create a little thing I'm going to share with you, so you can download, hopefully, and have it on your pen drive ready for the next lesson. Okay. If you don't have a computer or you don't have a pen drive, do not worry. We will have to spend a little bit of time in class downloading the file and then get the file so you can we can start working. Okay. In this video, as you can see, what I've done is create a little thing with some trees and a little house. Very simple. Okay. You will learn how to do these things quick enough. So one of the things I'm going to do before I start, because I noticed that I maybe have some problem with some of the trees later on because I want to see this from the sun. So I'm going to select these trees, if I can work with it. Select these trees, these two trees, and I'm going to go to the top view 7 and move them with key to a different position. I select also the camera, but it really doesn't matter. I'm going to put the camera where it was before, but we don't use the camera at the moment. Why I'm doing this, guys? I'm going to remind you a couple of things about how to move the elements. If I want to rotate, I put my mouse on the gray area, click and hold and rotate. If I want to do this thing one place to another, on the hand, click and hold and move around. And if I want to zoom in and out, click on the magnifier, hold, and up and down. I can do all of this with the shortcuts, for example, rotation, middle mouse button, click and hold, and move the mouse around. I can zoom in and out with the middle mouse button, the wheel, up and down. And I can move the scene. Remember, I've got the short keys here showing on the screen. I hold shift, look here, and then middle mouse button, you can see also on the screen, and then move the mouse around, which is, as you know, a lot quicker. Also, I'm going to remind you on your numpads, which are the keys, the numbers on the right hand side of your keyboard, at least in a desktop computer. Number 1 from view, number 3 side view, number 7 top view. Okay, and then I can rotate 1 and rotation. So in this scene, which I'm going to basically hide the camera so it's not in the middle. In this scene, we've got a snowball diagram for you and the snowman. Our aim is to do a very simple animation. So the snowball is going to hit the head of the snowman, and then the ball is going to fall to the floor, and the head is going to fall in the other side. Just very simple, fun, simple animation. Okay, but before I start to animate this thing, and I'm going to pause this for a second. I'm going to the keyframe animation and the theory about animation I will explain in class with the presentation that I also am sharing in this post. So do not worry about that at the moment. But because I have created the elements in the head separately, if I click on the head and move the head for animated, it's moving only the head, but not the eyes, the nose, and the hand. So right click to undo. What I need to do is to put all of this together. So when I move one, everything moves together, and it's a lot easier. To do that, I'm going to select all objects, and then I'm going to link them together. I'm going to parent them, it's called. Okay? So I'm going to use the head, this last one. And please, I'm not going to go into details why, but trust me, it's the best to leave the head at the last one. So I'm going to show you. Okay? First of all, I'm going to show you that the hat is not named yet. So I'm going to double click, hat, and then eyes, yes, eye 1, eye 2. The nose is still a cone, so I'm going to double click and call nose. And the head is called head. That's fantastic. So what I'm going to do is select the head, the last one. So click on the hat and then hold shift, remember it's here, and holding shift, this is why it appears here, and click on the eyes, nose, and the last one, the head. Perfect. So everything is selected, and the head is the last one, and you can see it's the last one because it's a slightly different color as the other elements selected. Hopefully you understand this. Okay, so to link them together, I'm going to press the keys on the keyboard, Control P. You're going to see in this sign. Okay, Control P, and then click on Object. And suddenly, in here, I can see I've got head, and inside the head, I've got the other elements, the eyes, the heart, and the nose. So now, if I click on the head and move it, everything moves together. Perfect. So it's a lot easier to animate this stem. Hopefully you are following me. Now I'm going to start to animate the elements. In here, I've got the timeline. Normally you can see this like that. You can hardly see the timeline. Like by default is here. So I can put the mouse in the middle here, click, and pull up a little bit. So I can see the different frames. At the moment my animation is 250 frames. I can point it out here and start with 0. So we are going to change this slide. Okay, I'm going to animate first the snowball, and then I'm going to animate the head. Hopefully you're following me so far. So maybe you have this at number 1. By default it's always number 1. Maybe you have in 0 already because I'm sharing with you this file, and I've moved this to 0, but just to let you know. So, and then I need to insert keyframes. For example, if I want 0, it's going to start here, and then in 20, the ball is going to be already on the head. And through these frames, 0 to 20, the ball, the snowball, is going to travel to the head. Okay? So I need to animate. In number 0, I need to say that it is in this position. Number 20, I need to say the ball is in this position. And Blender is going to do the rest for us, which is very good. I don't have to animate each frame, which it will be a long time consuming. And film used to be like that. Each frame has to be animated or drawn manually, and so films takes months or years to be built. So let's come back to 0. And to insert a keyframe in this position, I'm going to press I on my keyboard. You can see on the right hand side here. Okay, I'm going to do it again. And I can insert a keyframe for a lot of things. Okay, normally the easiest basic stuff is the position, the rotation, and the scale. But because at the moment we start and learning, we will use location, rotation, and scale, everything at the same time. And there you go. I've got a keyframe here. Fantastic. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the keyframe, the frame 20, and I'm going to move the snowball until hit the head. Okay? So I'm going to use the moving tool, and because I know it's just in front, because I did that, I'm going to move this to the head. I'm going to zoom and make sure it's basically hitting the head over there. And then remember, with the mouse in this area, because if not it's not working, remember the position of the mouse, it is very important. There's different panels, so it's going to be in this panel. Press I again, and location, rotation, and scale. And there you go, I've got another one. Now what I want is basically, after hitting the head, the snowball falls down to the floor. So I'm going to do it in 2 times. 10 frames and 10 frames. You don't know this, but an animation, depends how you do animation, but 24 frames each second. So this movement of the ball is happening in less than a second. And then it's going to fall down to the floor, and again in less than a second. So I'm going to move to the frame 30, for example, and then I'm going to move this here and down. And again, location, rotation, and scale, and then 40, and again a little bit more, and down. And I want to, there you go, this is touching the floor already. So location, rotation, and scale. So I can see that now this, I'm going to very slow, hits the head and then falls down to the floor. Fantastic! But now, okay, perfect. I animate already the snowball. I'm going to animate the head. So again, to 0, click on the head and insert a keyframe. I, location, rotation, and scale. On 20, the ball is already hitting the head. So I'm going to just move, because it's just happened. So I'm going to move the head just slightly back. And again, I, to location, rotation, and scale. But then, now, the head is going to fall down, more or less at the same speed as the snowball. So I'm going to go to 30, where the snowball is already here. So I'm going to move the head here, down a little bit more, okay, over there. And also I'm going to rotate the head because it's falling down backwards, a little bit. And I, to location, rotation, and scale. And then, on the 40, with the snowball is already on the floor, I'm going to move this. This is going to go in a parabola or something like that. It's already on the floor, and I'm going to rotate it a little bit, like that. I mean, you can play with this and your own taste. And I, location, rotation, and scale. So let's try our animation to see how it looks like. I'm going to click on here, so I hide all the other elements. And you can play here, or you can press the space bar, and there you go. But, because my animation is 250 frames, carry on playing and nothing else happening. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to start with a 0, because we say we start in 0. And the end is going to be, instead of 40, which is the last part, I'm going to click a little bit more, 50 frames. So a little bit space at the end. Press enter, and now you can see the animation finish here. So when I press a space bar or play, a loop is happening, and again, and again. And I can, obviously this is carrying on forever because it's a loop and it's going and going and going. But the animation is done. It's very simple, very easy. Okay, but in here, hopefully, I'm going to click ideas again. You don't have to do this. It's just to show you how the animation works. But hopefully, you know a little bit more, at least the technique of animation. Remember, we have also reviewed in here how to rotate this thing, how to move, how to zoom in and out. But most importantly, in this video, we have seen how to, hopefully you remember to name the objects, how to link them together, parent them. So for example, all the head moves at the same time if I want to move something, and how to insert keyframes to animate this thing. Okay, all of this is explained, apart from the video, on the PDF that I'm sharing with you in this post. Let me know if everything is clear, and obviously I can help you and explain this again in class. But if you have watched the video before, get to the lesson, you will be more comfortable and know a little bit what's going on.